As you know, English pronunciation can be tricky, and in this video I have 30 very common words, and if you learn how to pronounce them properly, then you're going to improve your English. I'm your teacher Kay with ISpeakSpokeSpoken. Now let's get started. Let's start with the first one. Now you might notice over here we've got the French word. My French probably isn't as good as your English, so take it easy on me with the pronunciation. This is about English pronunciation. Number one, water. In French, l'eau. We've got a stress here on the first syllable, and this T sound is softer or more subtle, like a D. Say it after me. Water. Water. And put the stress on the first syllable. Water. Number two, vegetables. We've got a stress on the first syllable, and there's 3 syllables in total. Vegetables. In French, les légumes. Number 3, different. In French, différent. We've got a stress on the first syllable, different. Different. Once again, different. And don't forget to click up here so that you can download all of the slides. You can see the phonetic transcription here, which should help you with your pronunciation, but the key is to say it after me. Number 4, bus. In French, le bus, but make sure that you pronounce it in English like bus. Number 5, clothes. This one is a bit tricky because we have TH and ES, but in this word, we actually don't say the TH sound, and the ES makes more of a Z sound. Close. This word sounds the same as the verb to close, like close the door. But this word, clothes, is what you wear. In French, les vêtements. Say it with me once again, clothes. Number 6, jewelry. We've got a stress on the first syllable with 2 syllables following after. Jewelry. Jewelry. This one can be a bit tricky because it's difficult to combine the sounds together, following one after the other, so I'll slow it down. Jewelry. And a little faster, jewelry. The important thing to remember in English for pronunciation is where the stress is. If we have 2 syllables or more in a word, and this one is 3 syllables, you have to know where to put the stress. If you don't put the stress in the right place, you don't have proper pronunciation. The stress placement is the backbone of English pronunciation. And in French, jewelry is les bijoux. Number 7 is tricky. And for me, it's also tricky in French, parce que je parle juste un petit peu de français. En français, l'écureuil. In English, squirrel. We've got a stress on the first syllable, squirrel. In total, this word only has 2 syllables. Stress on the first. Remember where the backbone of pronunciation is. Squirrel. Squirrel. Number 8, library. In French, la bibliothèque. We put the stress on the first syllable in library. I'll slow it down even more so you can get it right. Library. Once again, library. And number 9, just a reminder, in English, for proper nouns, like the names of months, we have to capitalize the first letter. That's not true in French, and the French word is février, in English, February. Now, there's a little bit of disagreement on proper pronunciation for this word. According to the phonetic transcription, we should pronounce this R sound, and we put the stress on the first syllable. So, if you have proper pronunciation of this word, you say February. At full speed, February. But many times you'll hear native speakers omit the first R sound and say February. Both are okay, but remember, this R sound is proper pronunciation for February. Number 10, mirror. Even though in English this word has 3 R's, we really only say these first 2 R's. In French, le miroir. In English, mirror. Once again, mirror. We've got a stress on the first syllable, and at the end, the last R sound is very, very soft. Once again, say it with me. Mirror. Mirror. I'll slow it down a little bit. Mirror. And faster, mirror. Number 11, comfortable. Now, when we pronounce this word properly, we have 4 syllables, but often you'll hear native speakers pronounce it with only 3 syllables. We have a stress on the first syllable, comfortable, comfortable. In French, confortable. In English, say it with me, comfortable. And again, native speakers sometimes shorten it down to 3 syllables by saying comfortable. But proper pronunciation, comfortable. And number 12 is another proper noun. We capitalize the first letter of the days of the week. In English, Wednesday. In French, mercredi. To pronounce this word properly, put the stress on the first syllable. And the other thing, which is a bit tricky, we don't say all of the letters in this word. We tend to combine these letters here by saying Wednesday. Usually people don't say Wednesday. We say Wednesday. Again, stress on the first syllable. Say it with me. Wednesday. Wednesday. Number 13, interesting. We've got a stress on the first syllable with 3 syllables in total. Interesting. Interesting. You might hear some people pronouncing this word with 4 syllables, like interesting, but most of the time, for proper pronunciation, it's down to 3 syllables. Practice with me once again. Interesting. And in French, intéressant. Number 14, mountain. We stress the first syllable, mountain, mountain. En français, montagne, la montagne. Number 15 in American English is aluminum, and we put a stress on the second syllable, aluminum, aluminum. You might hear in British English, it sounds a bit different because they have another I in their word. So in British English, you'll hear people say aluminium, but not us, not American English speakers. We say aluminum. And in French, aluminium. Number 16, how sweet. We have caramel. We have a stress on the first syllable, caramel. You might hear some native speakers pronounce this differently. There's a bit of a disagreement on proper pronunciation, but for now, in this video, with me, practice saying it. Caramel. In French, le caramel. Number 7, laundry. En français, le lessive. For laundry, we put a stress on the first syllable. Laundry. Laundry. Number 18. This one can be a little tricky, so make sure that you practice it so that it sounds just like me. Literature. Literature. Where do we put the stress? Can you hear it? Literature. On the first syllable, right here. And we tend to soften the R's and soften the T's in this word. I'll slow it down so you can hear. Literature. Can you hear at the end it's more of a ch sound than a t sound? And the first T in this word makes more of a d sound. Once again, literature. In French, la littérature. Number 19. It sounds a bit similar to the word that we just looked at. This one is temperature. Again, we have a stress on the first syllable, and we tend to soften the R and soften the second T sound. I'll slow it down so you can hear. Temperature. Temperature. Do you hear the CH sound at the end? Say it with me. Temperature. And in French, la température. Don't forget to click up here so that you can download all of the slides and take a look at the phonetic transcription so you can practice from memory. But if you forget, watch this video again and say it along with me. If you're watching this video on a tablet, you can click on the link below. Number 20, secretary. We've got the stress on the first syllable. Say it with me. Secretary. Secretary. In French, la secrétaire. In English, with proper pronunciation, stress on the first syllable, secretary. Number 21, a little bit trickier because even though this word has an H, we don't say it. We put the stress on the first syllable, vehicle. We don't say vehicle, we say vehicle. Once again, vehicle. In French, le véhicule. Now remember, these words, all 30 of them in the video, are very common words, and if you want people to understand you, you have to have proper pronunciation. Forgetting where to put the stress can make it very difficult for people to understand you, especially with this word. I often hear people make a mistake in pronunciation. I might know what they're trying to say because I'm an English teacher, but if you're speaking with anyone else, they won't know what you're saying. So, this word, we put a stress on the first syllable. Recipe. Recipe. Please don't you ever say receipt. That's not how we say this word. Once again, say it with me. Recipe. In French, la recette. In English, recipe. One more time. I want to make sure you don't forget. Recipe. 23. Family. We've got a stress on the first syllable, and with proper pronunciation, this word has 3 syllables in total. Family. You might hear native speakers shorten it to 2 syllables by saying family, but if you want to pronounce it correctly and you're remembering to look at the phonetic transcription, we have 3 syllables and it's pronounced family. In French, la famille. Number 24, internet, with a stress on the first syllable. Internet. Internet. En français, internet. Number 25, camera. We've got a stress on the first syllable, only 2 syllables in total. Camera. Camera. In French, la caméra. 26, animal. Where is the stress? Animal. Animal. That's right, it's on the first syllable. Animal. En français, l'animal. And 27, history. With a stress on the first syllable, 3 syllables in total. History. History. In French, l'histoire. Number 28, another H word, hospital. Where's the stress? Hospital. Hospital. If you're getting better at reading phonetic transcription, you might notice there's a little apostrophe here. Whenever you see the apostrophe, that shows you where the stress goes in the word. So we have it here on the first syllable. 3 syllables in total. Hospital. In French, l'hôpital. In English, hospital. Number 29, memory. We stress the first syllable because we have the apostrophe here showing us where it goes. Only 3 syllables in total. Memory. Memory. In French, this is la mémoire or le souvenir. And number 30, last but not least, regular. You will hear this word quite often, so make sure you pronounce it properly with a stress. That's right, on the first syllable. Regular. Regular. The last R sound is quite soft. It tends to drop off. It's very subtle. Regular. Regular. In French, we can say ordinaire or normal. But in English, once again, regular. Now that we've finished 30 very common words to help you improve your pronunciation, take this test here to learn more about your level in English with Adrian. I'm your English teacher Kay with ISpeakSpokeSpoken, and I'll see you next time. Bye!